So my name is Sangeeta Babi. I head the developer outreach activities for Nokia India. What it basically means is, getting more developers joining our Nokia platform. We have two platforms. One is the Asha platform that Sari was talking about. Before I begin, let me just ask you a few questions. What is this number? Anyone? Guys, wake up. Good story. No, so this is the number of apps that we have on the Windows marketplace, and we have grown 1300% since we started, which is phenomenal. So the growth rate that we have in terms of apps on the Windows store is higher than iOS, the Apple Store, as well as Google Play. So that is the kind of growth that is. This number? Sorry? No?
Mobile.
Sorry?
Mobile.
Yeah, perfect. So this is the kind of user base that we have for our Series 40 devices, the Asha and the Series 40 range of devices, and these are apps ready. So you create an app, and if you want to publish an app, it reaches 625 million devices today in the market. That is the kind of user base that we are talking about. This number? Right?
Customers.
No?
Downloads.
Sorry?
Downloads.
No. So this is the user base. These are the number of Series 40 devices that we have sold as of last year. I'm not even talking about this year. So this is your potential opportunity to reach out to your masses via the apps that you develop, right? Now, why am I stressing on this on these figures is because obviously I know our competition Android has been adopted by pretty much everyone out here, right? But there is a lot of fragmentation. Whereas if you look at the Series 40, the J2ME platform that we have, all that you need to create is at the most 2 or 3 versions of your app for the different form factors that you have. One for the non-touch, one for the touch and type, and the other for the full touch. And you can actually reach out to this user base today all across the globe. Now when I'm also talking about the user base, I'll quickly touch upon the kind of store progress that we have. The Nokia store, obviously all of you are pretty much aware of the Windows store, but the Nokia store, what we have today is roughly about 70 million downloads every day on the store. But interestingly, out of that, 25% of the publishers who are Indian publishers, they get 25% of the downloads from other countries, and I have not included India, which means that the work that the Indian developers are doing here is also the kind of apps that they develop here in India is also it attracts a lot of consumers globally. So this is the kind of opportunity that you have today with the Series 40 base. Now, very rightly what Professor Vyas mentioned in his introduction note today is about Google innovation, right? There are obviously, you can innovate pretty much on the process, on the product, on the technology, everything. What we offer here are clearly 2 distinctive paths. One is the Windows Phone OS that we have, where you can innovate on imaging, you can innovate on the music service, you can innovate on location. There are a lot of, I would say, cutting edge things that you can do because obviously it's a smart OS, it's a smartphone OS. So it also offers you a lot of flexibility to do what you want to do, right? But if you look at the masses, if you look at frugal innovation as a space, if you look at reaching out to having meaningful innovation, reaching out to a larger base of community, this is what you can actually do. Look at UID, look at Reverie. I don't know how many of you have actually heard. They've actually received a global award for, they do a lot of regional languages. They have a lot of transliteration services. They have cloud-based translation service, and all of this they are doing it on a $100 device, and their services are actually utilized across. Look at the Fisher Friend service, which a very small guy, a very small developer in Indore has launched. So it helps fishermen when they go out in the sea. It actually gives them alerts in terms of the weather and all the other safety related information. And this they have launched with Vodafone. And these are absolutely small time players, small time developers who have come up with these apps and services. We have a 11-year-old kid in Bombay who is working on an education platform, and we are helping him, basically connect with the design team. He's a developer, but he needs the other ecosystem to launch his platform. So these are the kind of things which we sort of support and we offer. Now, what I'll basically tell you is, this is Ram Kashyap. He helps the student Nokia developer community. Amazing initiative which was started here, right? He actually developed a community of students who were developing apps for the Nokia platforms that we had, and he's been doing that since a couple of years now. Now, what I'm here to do is basically replicate more of Ram Kashyap's. I want you people to, can I use the word emulate what he's done? But we would definitely like to encourage more such initiatives happening from your colleges. What it means is that if you want to set up a developer community, if you want to run hackathons, if you want to run conferences, we are here to support. Just reach out to me in terms of whatever help you need there, right? That is the first sort of step for us to interact with you in terms of collaboration with your universities. I would say that this is the first step that we take. The second step obviously is in terms of creating a community. I'm not talking about the student Nokia developer community, but creating a community wherein we can help you facilitate, what you need when you have an idea. The three things that you need is taking the idea to the next level. Second is you need good mentoring, and third is you need the resources. Resources in terms of whether it is funding or initial funding that you need for your idea or your startup and all of that. So although Yagno, Temu, Suresh are going to talk a lot about what we do, what kind of toolkits and what programs we offer from Nokia, what I'm going to do here on this slide, what I'm going to tell you is what are the things that we offer, what are the activities that we have started as a part of Nokia India. It's a local initiative we are piloting, but some of the things as a part of the community program that we are doing, one is we are trying to look at options. Obviously, we cannot do this pan-India, but we are looking at options of having incubation centers in various colleges, right? Where we see that there is a lot of developer community. Say, if I have to put the entire thing in a sequence, if we see that there is a lot of developer community happening in a particular college, we would like to take the next step of setting up an incubation center where we can facilitate your ideas translating into something which is actually working. Then the next step is how do you take the working app or working idea to the next level. So there are two options. One is we are working on a model with one of the institutes in Indore, where we are looking at getting some of the angel investors to go there, to look at the ideas that are available as a part of the incubation center there, and pick a few ideas. Now, when you look at ideas which typically get funded, you won't get more than 1 or 2% of the ideas which really become big. But it's also important to have that sort of opportunity. So we provide that, we facilitate that via this community program. This is again a very local initiative that we have started. It's a local pilot that we are doing. So I would also encourage, I would invite various universities and colleges that are here today to think about it and reach out to me if you have certain ideas and all that. The third thing, obviously, what Raji and Suresh and all have been doing for several years now is the Nokia Labs. While they do a lot of research and publication, the focus for me and my group is more in terms of, the work that they do, pick out the work and see what gets translated into working sort of products. Because I'll give you one example. We have one, again in Indore, we have a product which was not really done in collaboration with research, but we can see that we can actually commercialize that. So we've started out of the developer experience group, we've started funding that, and we want to actually integrate that into some of our devices. That is one aspect that we take out from the Nokia Labs. The other thing is what Sally mentioned in her presentation is marketing. Now, if you look at some of the apps and some of the ideas which are there on the store or Windows Marketplace, some of them are brilliant, but they are not discovered. So what we do is the work that will come out of Nokia Labs or the incubation centers or accelerated programs that we will set up across various colleges, we pick out a handful of those ideas and also start marketing them as a part of our device programs, because Nokia has a lot of real estate in terms of marketing it either via our retail channel. We have the largest distribution outlet in India, so we can use that channel, we can use our digital channel, and this has already started happening. There is a publisher, there is a developer in Delhi. He has 3 people in his company currently. He has created his first product, and we are integrating that on our Asha Prakash devices. His service is related, it complements the music offering that we have. So, these are some of the opportunities that you can leverage. We want to strongly start working with universities. I would say that my job is more of, managing the first part of the university collaboration, getting new developers, students, professors onto our Nokia platforms, and then Suresh and Raji and the entire team do the entire work, and then once the work is ready, then I have to take it back and push it back to the marketing folks and say, hey, we have this great product ready. So my job is pretty simple, but having said that, thank you once again for hosting us. My email ID is Sangeeta without an H. It's sangeeta.bhakti@nokia.com. Please reach out to me if you have any questions, any ideas in terms of how you want to collaborate. Just reach out to me and I'm here to